we now go up to here, so you see it just keeps dropping it, which is fine, but the Endoflames will never pick it up because it doesn't stop. Hello, and welcome back to Avant on the FTOG server. In the last episode, we started work on Botania and getting the living wood and living rock manual production running, as you can see behind me. In this episode, we will be looking at mana production, and I'm thinking of doing something which you've probably seen quite often, but in a completely different way. So, let's get started. So, between the episodes, I haven't really done a lot around here, except for, of course, just keep taking out the living wood and living rock. At the moment, I'm making more living wood, because we're going to need a bit of it. So I'll just grab all that, and then we'll head down here. So, what we could do is we could go into the really basic mana production and make a day bloom and a nightshade. But I believe now that they're wither unless you can find a Primus version. So not as great an option. A lot of people go down the option I'm about to take, but I see it as a bit wasteful. So what we'll be using is, I think it's called Endoflame, Endoflame, which is just 2 brown petals, a light grey petal, and a red petal. We'll make 1 Endoflame. So we need to grab some. Now I've already converted a lot of the petals in here because it just makes it easier. So we'll grab some grey petals for now. Light grey, sorry. We of course need the red petals, which we have some here. And brown, wasn't it? Brown. And we've got some seeds already, so we need double of those. We'll grab those as well. We need to drop them, of course, in here. So, flower on my inventory for some reason. We want to create, we'll just create a couple for now. And 2 seeds. And I'm planning on making a lot more, which of course is why I picked up a lot more than that. We did put that there, and that there. We'll move that out of the way. So 1, 2. Actually, that's not gonna work, is it? Oh look, 2, 2, 2. No, so it looks like you have to do it all. To take things out, just hit your sneak key and then click on the what's it called thingy? There's only 2, wasn't it? Let's actually put 2 in there. And 4 of those and 2 of those. So we'll do an order 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 1, 2, 3, 4, that. And can I put water in that? No. Okay. To class. Ooh. Right click with an empty hand to add back to the last recipe. Oh, very cool. They can do that. Oh, very cool. I did not know I could do that. Oh, in that case, it's empty hand. Where those seeds got to? Drop that in there. And we're ready to go on some more, maybe? That's very cool. That's a new feature I haven't played with before. We will of course need some dirt. I don't think I've got any dirt on me. No. So let's go grab some dirt over here. From there. It's called dirt. And we'll put this down here for now. I'll show you how this works. I have 4 and all my 6. So you can put these onto little project things. So as you can see, what they do is they're very pretty fast. If we grab something that's smeltable and is actually usable for cooking things, so let's use some coal. You drop it onto these guys. If you drop it onto these guys, I thought they'd pick it up anyway, but it looks like we need to go into the next step first. So we'll come back to that in a second. We also need to make some spreaders, and so we'll do the spreaders first. I think it's just that there, is it? Yep. In older versions, to make a mana pool, you had to get a mana pool and put it inside a mana pool. Create a bit of an inception type thing. We don't need to do that anymore. We might need a couple of those for later on, but I will do that just for now like that. And we will also need a spreader, which I thought was that recipe, but it is not. Spread. Oh, okay, we need that one there will do. Yes. No. Go in. So put one of those in there. Now, what you do with these guys is your mana is the magical power source for the mod. So you have pools of mana, and we also need our spreader, of course, which will collect the mana from these guys, which generate it. We use our Wand of the Forest, which we made in the last episode. If you sneak right click and then sneak right click onto the mana pool, did that work? Am I in the wrong mode? You need to be in bind mode or it won't work. And then we'll just click on there. And of course, once it's in bind mode, you can see it moves. In fact, if we do this, point over there maybe. No, that's not what I wanted. You're being difficult. Put it over there. So you'll see that it changes direction. If you're in function mode, you'll see that just by clicking on this, when you sneak and click on it, it'll change the direction, but it won't actually do anything useful. So if you ever see that happen, look up in the air, sneak, right click, and it will change it into the other mode. So in this case, we want bind mode, we sneak right click, fire at the mana pool, and of course that will send mana that way. Now, apparently these guys are not linked up to it. I thought they were linked up. Okay, well, we'll sneak right click on all these guys, point them there. So there's some way of doing that easier. In the past it used to be automatic, like you put down your mana spreader. Now I put it down, we'll edit. There you go. So as you can see, they've started eating it. You've got the little animation showing that, which is interesting because they all look some. And if we place another one down, they'll also eat it. And you can see that now the spreader, which is collecting the mana these guys are generating, is sending it over to our mana. Pretty simple. And I'm sure most people who have done anything in modern Minecraft nowadays will probably know how the spreaders and mana works, but I'm just covering it off in case you don't. So what I was thinking of doing though, to make this a little bit different, is obviously what most people do is they get a hopper and an open crate, and they stick the open crate above the Endoflame and just make it drop in charcoal or coal or something on a regular basis, which will then generate it. And they put it on top of a pressure plate because these guys will take from a distance. And when the pressure plate becomes empty, it triggers off the dropper to drop another one. Not what I'm going to do. What I'm actually going to do is a little more complex than that. So let's go in. I'm going to need to make, in this case, an iron. No, okay, I think it's called a dropper. It is iron dropper. And this is from Random Things. Pretty easy to make, just iron ingots with a redstone in the middle. And we actually need to have some iron ingots, that's always useful. Let's make up 10 iron. Start. No, go back. One more. Thank you. That gives us iron dropper. Now what this guy does is similar to the open crate. Where what we'll do, place it up here a bit more. And we'll place it, can I do what I want to do here? I want to face it downward. So where is that guy got to? Stick it into there. Get rid of that. And of course now you can see the little dot here indicates it's facing down. You can face it in other directions and stuff like that. But the reason why this is cool is one, it's got an inventory like most droppers do. But you can eject continuously while powered. So if you get a redstone signal, it constantly output things. So I'll put some stone in there, and you'll see it won't put anything in there. It won't drop a thing, because it doesn't have a redstone signal. You can also set, however, we can set it to eject continuously, which will just drop items, item after item after item after item after item. Oops. And you can also do an eject when pulsed, which is what we'll be using in our situation here. Because if we have it on pulse, then when you give it a signal, it will trigger one to be dropped. And we'll then use that to keep a timed amount going without keeping too much extra in there, or extra running. You can also set it up the pickup delay. Now the pickup delay, in one of the previous videos I've done where I covered off the Random Things super, what are they called? Super lubricant. I was looking at one of the blocks that was there, which made it so things wouldn't be picked up by players. And that's what this is setting. This is the pickup delay. It's not quite as helpful as that specific thing. However, you can set it up to 20 seconds. Yeah. So you can set it in no pickup delay as your source, and no pickup delay will mean that the moment it's dropped out, it'll end up in someone's inventory. 5 ticks will mean half a second, not even that. Well, quarter of a second actually. And then the 20 tick would be, of course, 1 second, because it's one for every second there are 20 ticks on the server. So that means that it'll take 1 second before anybody can pick it up. So you could use that to your advantage. It'd be nice, of course, to have super lubricant in there. But I haven't quite worked out how to do that just yet without having a really complicated system. So we'll just do this way for now. You can choose to have an exact velocity, or you can have a random velocity, so it will just pick something random, and it's the speed at which it ejects items out. We're going to use exact, and you can choose whether it's got a sound, or particle, or sound and particle, or no effect. All which of course are standard in the droppers. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to set it up so it's just going to stop drop our stone. Actually, we'll make it drop. Let's go over here and make it drop some curl. Make it 20 of it. 32. I can't count. So nothing to currently. If we grab a bottle. A button, there we go. A button. There. Place it up there. It'll drop one item. Now the one item is great. Unlike open crates, which will drop everything that's put into the inventory, this has got its own internal buffer. So then you can start. You can make it drop one thing at a time. Now, of course, that's all great, but we have no way of actually knowing if the items are there. So, what I was thinking of doing was a little more complicated, and I think I need a platform for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new platform, so and then we'll set up and some more Endoflames, and I'll show you what I was going to do with it once I've done that. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here's the platform. It's a little nowhere at the moment. But as you can see, I've got a, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5x5 with a trapdoor in the middle. Now, the reason for the trapdoor is the Endoflames, if we open this guy, and of course, there's 2 layers currently with the Endoflames at the bottom at the moment. The Endoflames to be at the top here. With multiple layers. The reason for the trapdoor is we put that one there, and you can see at the moment there's nothing down there, but if we were to place our coal, let's place a single piece of coal here for a second. If we drop that down to there, oops, not there, not there either, that's not helpful. If we drop it down there, you'll see that the Endoflames pick it up, but it won't pick it up unless it's actually on the ground. So what I'm planning on doing is these trapdoors provide a really good way of ensuring that the coal stays still, or at least be on the ground when they go to pick them up. So we place another one there, and of course it will just sit there until nothing happens. Okay, so it will pick them up even from down there, but it will not pick it up if it's still floating in the air. Because of course if we do something like this, and I place a advanced protector there. Can't do that with the without something to put it into. This little piece here is all temporary. I just want to example on how this is going to work first. So we'll put the mini chest. If you haven't seen these guys, they're just a single item chest. Really good for holding one thing at a time. And of course the item collectors will collect anything that falls within their range. This is an advanced one, which means anything within 5 by 5 by 5 will be picked up. Now we don't want to actually pick anything up around it. We just want to pick something up that's above it. So we set that to 1, like that. We now go up to here. All the trapdoors are open. And if we said to this guy to drop the item, continuously while powered, that's fine. Well, not powered actually. You'll see that even though it was floating down, it wasn't picked up, which is a bit of a pain. So that's what the trapdoors are going to do. It should be picked up here now. Yep. I've got some item control, so let's even test it around this way. How am I going to do this? There, place it there. The idea at the moment, of course, is just to make it look like it's to make it so you can actually see what's going on. So if we place our piece of coal into there, we probably should also set this to be insert and the bottom one to be extract, I suppose. Always. So you see, it just keeps dropping it, which is fine, but the Endoflames will never pick it up because it doesn't stop. So what we're going to do is I've also got here a redstone, insulated redstone circuit thingy, which I'll place along here as well. And of course that is going to control the pulse that this guy gives. Let's run it along like this. Oh. For some reason it's connecting to the Endoflame. It's odd. Let's be down here. Do I need to go down there? I probably... No, I don't need to go down there, but oh. So did I make a timer? No, okay, I need to make a timer first. We just need to set it up somewhere, don't we? So let's put it about here for now. Always rearrange it later. And it is set to in and out, yes. So of course that will now provide a pulse to here. If I can get that to this side, it's going to bring it up. Redstone, we want to set it to go in and out. We'll change this guy here to be pulse. Yes. Because of course we want to, as I said earlier, we want to make it so it only outputs when we tick it. Exact, no effect is fine. So now of course it puts it in there, and you'll see it will start dropping items. Now, as I also said though, it won't pick anything up. However, if I close the trapdoor, it will now pick them up. So, what we're going to do is we need to trigger the trapdoors. Which I think the best way to do that is to set up a repeater on here. And we'll put that on a 1 tick delay. Now what that should do is every time the timer ticks, it should trigger the trapdoor. If I've done it correctly, which doesn't work I have. There you go. So now of course it triggers the trapdoor, so it opens just for a tick. And then we'll do the same one here. Sorry, mate. Take that out. And this one here, we can either set to a timer, which, or we can just place a redstone signal like that on a strong pulse. I think for consistency, I might actually set that to a there. So that one there's on 1 tick. Now, these need to stagger, so if they're on the same amount of ticks, for example, that one there and that one there are currently on the same tick. If we look up, you'll see that both of them fell at exactly the same time. So what you need to do is stagger them to be 1 tick apart. So just set it to 2 ticks. And now, what will happen is the item will fall from here, fall from there, land on the next one. Then it will land once it lands on the next one. When that one falls, so next die, it'll then be sucked back up. It'll then be sucked back up and sent back up to the top. Exactly how we want it. So we've got a work hole to do here now. Okay, so at the moment it's going to eat, of course, because it's in use. And as I said, normally what you see people do is they place an open crate here, and they'll place a pressure plate there, and while the things are on there, it'll... we actually don't want to lose the item. I think that's pretty much all I need to show you. You've got the idea on how I'm planning on doing this. What I'll probably do is make this larger, higher, so that we're generating quite a bit at once. Okay, I think I'm running low on time. I was going to actually show you some cool other things that we can do with this setup. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I've got time. We might cover off in the next episode, or I might just set it all up on camera and then show you how it works in the next episode. Next episode might be a little delayed. We're starting a new pack called Qantas, which actually will be starting the day before this episode uploads. So the next episode you'll see may be a Qantas episode, which will be an interesting challenge. So we'll see you in that pack, and I'll probably continue on playing Avant as well until we finish off this little section, and then I'll decide if I'm still getting the views and the likes, then I'll work out if this pack can still play on this one, or we put another one. So do remember to leave those likes, because it does give me an idea on what packs to actually play. But for now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. As always, if you enjoyed the episode or you learned anything from it, do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Questions, comments, suggestions, or just want to say hi, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to go check out the other YouTubers and the Qantas series. Otherwise, have a great day, and see ya!